Hey, in this video I'm going to be telling you how you can use Zoom in only 10
Now
minutes.
go to google.com and then search zoom.us/download. In case you don't want to search it, the link will also be in the description. Now once you enter the site, you can see there are various download options, but the first one is what we are going to use because this link will redirect us to download the application of Zoom for Windows. The other download options which you can see are actually plugins or extension if you don't want to download the app itself. For example, if you click on this and download the extension for Zoom on Google, then you can directly access Zoom from Google. But since most of the Zoom users use this method, let's do it for this tutorial. So now you need to click on the download link and actually download the application. And once you do that, search Zoom and open. Now here, this will be the starting application which will introduce you to this interface. Now there are two options, sign in or join a meeting. So that's actually a very good feature of Zoom, that you don't need to actually sign in to join a meeting. You can directly do it from here. But if you wonder what will be your name and account, there will be no account of yours if you join a meeting anonymously, but there will be your device's name as the name where your designation goes. Now click sign in, and there are several options for you to sign in. For example, you can by default do it with email, or you have several smart options. For example, SSO, sign in with Google and with Facebook. So most of the users go with Google because it's the most secure, and I'm gonna do the same. So when you open Zoom and successfully log in with your Gmail account or whatever method you chose, this is what you'll come up to. Now these are the four basic buttons which are there in Zoom. The first one is if you have a host and you want to start this meeting, but also keep in mind that to keep a meeting conducted for more than 40 minutes, you will have to purchase the premium option of Zoom. However, if you don't, the first two times the time of Zoom calls is unlimited. So if you're doing it for the first two times, you're lucky. The second option right here is join. So if you are a student and you're attending classes or anywhere when you're not a host, the host which is conducting the meeting will provide you with the meeting ID or a personal link name from which you can join, and you can also change the display name whatever you want. The third button is schedule. So in case you want to schedule a meeting for somewhere in the future and you need to provide the meeting ID beforehand, then you can use this button. So when you click this, you'll have some basic options which you can do. For example, the topic and the starting time, the time when your meeting will start, the duration, again reminding you that the free option will only last for 40 minutes. And also there is a special option, meeting ID, generate automatically your personal meeting ID. So the personal PMI or personal meeting ID is actually a code which is only belonging to you and nobody else, and most of the times people prefer to use their PMI rather than generating a random meeting ID. This is the option for password which has become compulsory for some reason, and you can keep any password you want. And these are some basic options which you can just do, and syncing also your Google Calendar, which are some easy options which you can look into yourselves and is not much of a rocket science. The fourth option is the share screen. For example, if you are starting a presentation and you want to show it to your participants on meeting, then you can use this option, and this option is actually a part of this because this will also generate a new meeting ID. Now let's go to the next option, which is chat. So the chat option is just like WhatsApp or any other messenger app where you can talk to anybody who you add as a contact, and all of the contact requests which are sent by other users to you are accepted or declined from here. And you can also star some important messages, for example the meeting IDs or the times, if you want to keep them with you during important stages. This is the option for meetings where you will list all of the meetings which will have been uploaded on your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you sync, and you can also create a new meeting from here, also directly doing it from the Google Calendar if you have it synced. Now this contact options is where you actually add the contacts you want. To add contacts, all you need to do is press the plus button, add a contact, and press the email ID of the person whom you want to send a contact. There are several other options such as create a channel to display a message to a large number of people, to join a channel if you want to join a existing channel of another host. And now I'll be showing you how you can do your meeting. So first, all you need to do is actually press this button, and that's all. That's actually what you need to do. Your meeting has been started. But of course you won't be doing it alone, right? So if you want to invite participants, then you can click on participants and click invite, where you can directly send an email invitation to from Yahoo email, Gmail, or the default email which is there on your computer, or you can also copy the invite link from here. Now these are the main basic options. This mute one is actually the voice input which you get. So if you want to speak anything in the meeting, you have to choose a microphone, and if you want to mute yourself, then you can simply just press this button or press Alt A together to unmute or mute. And this is the video option. So if you want to display your video, you can press this, and if you want to block your video, you can press this, which in that case will present your profile picture. Now the participants list will show you a list of all the participants which are there already in the meeting, and also some several extra options like inviting someone, muting everyone only if you're the host, and enabling the waiting room also. This security option right here was added recently, and this in this option you can disable the participants to share screen and chat and rename themselves, so that when you're in a class the participants don't disturb while you're teaching them. This is the chat option, which can be dependent upon the host whether he or she wants to disable it or not, where everybody can talk to each other. And this is the share screen option. So once you click here, you'll have several options where you can press any you want. So for example, if I press the screen, it will share the whole screen, and these are the other tabs which I have opened right now. Also, there is another Zoom integrated option which is called whiteboard. So if you are in a meeting and you want to share some ideas, you can directly open the whiteboard and write some random stuff you want. Like that. And once you're done screen sharing, you can press here and the meeting will end. And these are some basic options. For example, if you want to record the meeting or not, and some reactions. For example, you have a good idea and then everybody likes it, so they can just clap here. These are just some simple fun features which you can use, and that is basically it. That's how you start a meeting, that's how you use all of the features here, and that's how you use Zoom. Thank you so much for watching. This is TechTuber101 signing off.